Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Battlefield 5 video. Just thought we would go back and look at some of the most absurd cosmetics in the game, since 2042 is slowly getting better as time goes on. Depends if you still play that or not, but again, we're here back on 5. But just keep in mind, guys, I'm clearly just pointing out how weird these cosmetics are, whether they're historically accurate or not. But without further ado, let's get into the cosmetics. Can't start this video off without talking about the Dragon Spirit face paint. Now, this face paint was really only works for the Japanese faction. Whether you like this or not, this is really only fitting for them. And if you put it on any other faction, it just looks ridiculous. Like, just look at this, putting it on a German character or a UK character. You just stick out like a sore thumb. It's just ridiculous with bright colors, and it's just not pleasant to look at. Now, if I can remember right, when this first got released and people were using it on allied factions, it caused quite the upset, because it wasn't historically accurate, and I totally get that. But aside from that, this is definitely one of the weirdest and kind of absurd cosmetics on the list today. It just does not fit with any other faction except for the Japanese. Moving on to number 2 on the list, and that is the Overlord headgear for the Americans. To me, I find it kind of funny using what seems to be an aerial headpiece for an infantry soldier. I know, I get it, you can eject out of planes and fight as an infantry player. I just find this kind of funny that you can equip this for any class for the Americans. Like, just imagine being a scout and using this. It just doesn't feel right. I just feel like it looks kind of out of places, but it's still very interesting headgear to have. And it goes well with other cosmetics in the game. I haven't seen many people using this. It's not really that popular of a cosmetic either, but nonetheless, it's still on the weird side for a headpiece. For those that are wondering, this headpiece is no longer obtainable since it was a part of, I believe, the Chapter 4 booster pack. So sorry for those that are kind of curious if you can still get your hands on this one. But moving on to something that's not a headgear, and that would be the Wintercraig torso cosmetic for the Germans. Just by equipping this, you can already see that it makes your character a giant walking target. This cosmetic makes you stick out more than ever with this, although it's very detailed, and I find this one just more on the goofy side if you ask me, and it doesn't really fit on certain maps in the game. There's some small clipping issues with this cosmetic causing your arm to hit the helmet that's on your hip, but other than that, this is really only chest piece in the game that makes you look extremely baggy and makes you stick out on the battlefield. It's just a weird one in general. But speaking of weird, the next one up is the rat burner headgear for the Germans. This doesn't make any sense at all how you could even see out of this helmet with the extremely small slits in front of the faceplate itself. I remember when this was first released for a Tides of War reward, it first came out as a helmet, and then the outfit came out along with it a few months later. But I still find this a really cool headgear to have because it just looks so ridiculous. It makes it stick out. It still is one of my favorite cosmetics in the game, and it goes well with many of the different outfits in the game for the Germans. Again, still one of the more unique items in the game, since nothing really else comes close to how absurd this helmet looks. Which brings us to the last cosmetic on the list, and that would be the Noblesse Oblige. 100% not pronouncing that properly, so that's my bad. But this is a very odd looking headgear for the Germans. Again, sort of similar to the rat burner. No idea how you can even see out of this thing, but it's very unique looking, and if you played Battlefield 1, you'll recognize this helmet from one of the Sentry battle pickups, that character model shares the same helmet, but with no paint on it. Again, just a very weird looking cosmetic, and because of that, it makes it unique and just absurd. This helmet is still obtainable on the armory. If you're looking to pick this up, you can also get the outfit that goes along with this helmet, but I find the outfit itself doesn't really match the helmet that you get along with it, but you can always mix and match in the game. But that's about it, guys. Plenty of cosmetics I can keep talking about. I'm gonna keep that for another video another time. If there's a certain cosmetic that you think is kind of ridiculous in the game, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, guys, if you made it this far and enjoyed it, consider leaving a like. It really helps me out. Also, if you're new to the channel and looking for more Battlefield content in the future, maybe consider subscribing. Time is valuable, and I'm not here to waste yours. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, play the objective, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.